Okay, we are live. Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of Commanders Franchise. As usual, if you're not watching this live, I will try to put the time description down below for when the actual gameplay starts. But in the meantime, give me another 15 seconds or so to finish setting up my stream. Okay, so in our last game, we took on the Arizona Cardinals, and we won a thriller, a bit of a back and forth battle. We ended up winning by a final score of 28-29. Will Levis threw 4 interceptions, and we scored a touchdown late to make it 28-27, and we decided to go for 2. And we did just that, and then the Cardinals, with, I don't know what it was, 15 seconds left, had a couple big plays, got them into long field goal range, albeit it was like a 60-something yarder. We ended up blocking it, and that's how we won the game, and ultimately kept our season alive. As we take a look at the playoff picture, if the season were to end today, we would secure the number 7 seed and be traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles in the wild card round. But the season's not over yet, and for all intents and purposes, this is a playoff game, a Week 18 playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys, who sit at 8-8 while we sit at 9-7. Now, we played against the Cowboys in Week 1 this year, and we actually ended up losing 21-35. So the Cowboys, if they beat us, they own the tiebreaker over us, and we will be out of the playoffs. And plus, a loss will knock us down to 9-8, and 9-8 is probably not good enough to make the playoffs. So it's pretty simple. Win and in, lose and we're out. So another thing I want to talk about, just because it's the last game of the season, I want to take a look at some potential accolades here. Our quarterbacks have been awful this year, so not much to talk about there. Jonathan Tolliver has 1,650 rushing yards and 306 receiving yards. So if my math is correct, he has 1,956 total offensive yards, which means he's 44 total yards away from having a 2,000-yard season as far as total offense goes. Rayshawn Nash is just 20 yards away from a 1,000-yard season and 11 receptions away from 100 catches on the year. Terry McLaurin is 24 yards away from having another 1,000-yard season. Cameron Curl's just 2 tackles away from having a 100-tackle season. Kenneth Murray is 7 tackles away. Percy Butler and Cliff Greenfield are both 10 tackles away. That's probably a stretch. Jonathan Allen and Chase Young are 3 sacks away from a double-digit sack season. Again, it's pretty hard to get 3 sacks in a game. And Emmanuel Forbes is 2 interceptions away from having double-digit interceptions. Not sure when's the last time someone had double-digit interceptions in a year? Was it Trayvon Diggs a few years ago? I can't remember. But Emmanuel Forbes, he's been phenomenal for us this year. And I know I sound like a broken record. I say it every Commanders franchise stream. It's kind of amazing to me how many guys are bums in real life who are contributors to this team. Emmanuel Forbes kind of being one of them. Now, as far as accolades go, I'm not looking to get these guys the accolades that I pointed out. The main thing I want to do here is win this game so we can go to the playoffs and, try to win another Super Bowl. All right, so we have a team meeting about a rivalry rematch. And, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the Cowboys beat us in Week 1 pretty handily. And Coach Craven Moorhead is talking about the Cowboys potentially sweeping us. Okay, so now let's take a look at this Cowboys roster. If I remember correctly, their roster is pretty stacked. So they still have Dak Prescott at quarterback. He's a superstar X Factor, 91 overall. Tony Pollard still with the Cowboys in this universe at a 90. CeeDee Lamb, part of the 99 overall club. I also have Michael Gallup. He's given us some issues in the past. And Zaire Wilson, second-year man out of USC, he's also given us some problems, as has Addison Miller, third-year man out of TCU. He's another superstar X-Factor, 90 overall. The offensive line, they have Tyler Smith, he's an 84. Aaron Banks, he's a 77. Tyler Biades is a 78. Ben Gaines is a rookie out of the Ohio State University. He's a 78. And Bo Davis, who looks exactly like him. I think these guys are the same person. He's a 72 overall, third-year man, again, as the Ohio State University. Sam Hubbard, at one defensive end position, he's a 78 out of the Ohio State University. A lot of Ohio State guys here. Micah Parsons, not from the Ohio State. He's from Penn State, and he's also part of the 99 overall club. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for him. Mozzie Smith is an 81. Bobby Brown III is a 74. Brian Aragon, third-year man again as the Ohio State, 79 overall. Leighton Vander Esch, not retired in this universe. He's an 83 overall. And Damian Clark is an 80. And in their secondary, Trayvon Diggs, superstar X-Factor, he's a 96 overall. Martin Melvin, second-year man at BYU, is an 83. And Jack Jones, former Patriot and Raider, is a 77. Malik Hooker at one safety, he's an 84. Von Bell at the other safety, he's an 82. Chad Ryland is their kicker. And J.K. Scott is their punter. So yeah, this Cowboys team, very good. I don't know how they're 8-8. But we're going to have to find a way to stop them. So we take a look at our weekly strategy. So I'm primarily worried about CeeDee Lamb. I think we're going to try to stop the medium pass. But Tony Pollard's also a good running back in this universe, at least overall-wise. He's a 90 overall. Now, this is the thing. We have to stop Micah Parsons, and I also think we ultimately have to throw away from Trayvon Diggs. So what do I want to do here? Blitz counter usually keeps us a little more protected. I think we're going to go with that. All right, let's go ahead and start training, and let's hope that we don't have any injuries. Really don't want injuries at this stage of the franchise. And we have a shoulder strain right away for James Smith-Williams, so he's not a starter, but our depth is a little compromised on the defensive line. No other injuries on defense. What about on offense? Okay, we're clean on offense. All right, so James Smith-Williams is lost for this game. Probably not a huge loss, but does hurt our depth a little bit, which could come to play. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this 4 o'clock game at AT&T Stadium, Jerry World, against the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got CeeDee Lamb, always staying busy. He's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
Okay, here we go. We took a look at CeeDee Lamb's numbers. He has over 100 catches on the air and 1,300 yards. We're going to have to keep an eye on him, but he's going to see the field right away as we are kicking things off. Start things off. And Joey Sly boots this one away, and off we go. And this is going to be returnable. That's kind of a rarity. Joey Sly usually kicks into the end zone for a touchback, but works out in our favor, as the Cowboys will start their first drive at the 21-yard line. And here comes Dak Prescott. 4,003 passing yards, 30 touchdowns to 8 interceptions in 16 games. Stats are phenomenal, so we'll have to keep an eye out for him. First cornerback matchups. I'm going by overall. Emmanuel Forbes has been phenomenal for us this year. I want him on CeeDee Lamb. First and 10 here. This is a give to Pollard, and right away he is brought down at the line of scrimmage by Jonathan Allen. So take a look at our injury report. Sam Howell essentially on season-ending IR. Myron Murphy and James Cotton, both depth pieces. James Cotton was returning punts for us at one point. Dak looking to throw again, and that pass is complete to Miller for a big gain of 22 yards. He beats Kenneth Murray on the route.
Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner.
It's a 1st and 10 here.
Nice connection there for a really nice.
Another give to Pollard. Cameron Curl runs up to make the tackle. Gain of a yard. 2nd and 9.
These two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Prescott now.
And it's going to be a quick pass complete to Gallup. And he'll pick up 8, bringing up a 3rd and short. We were using Cliff Greenfield in man that time.
They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Although that's kind of that Madden cheese play.
Unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week. Plenty of hurries given up.
And it's another quick pass, and it's broken up. That was a little bit of what the fuckery. And on 4th and 1, they're going to punt it, which is absolute pussy shit. But I'm not going to complain. And J.K. Scott kicks this one away. It's going to head out of bounds at the 7-yard line. So good punt there by J.K. Scott. Cowboys choosing to play the field position game. And here's a look at Will Levis. He's been ass as of late. He actually got off to a really good start for us when we traded for him back in like week 7, week 8. But he has been ice cold as of late. And look, some of the interception numbers are on me as the user, but also definitely some inaccuracies on his part. Starting this drive from the 7, here's Jonathan Tolliver. Needs 44 total yards to reach 2,000 for the year, and he picks up 7 right there to bring up a 2nd and 3.
Next receivers have spread the defense out and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
2nd and 3.
Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so,
And that pass is picked! Leighton Vander Esch on the pick. Will Levis completely missed Jonathan Tolliver on the check down. And we give the Cowboys the ball back in perfect field position.
In the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
and Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them
Unbelievable.
get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there.
1st and 10.
Nice interception instead of
And it's going to be a toss outside. Pollard brought down by Cameron Curl. He's made a couple nice plays here in the early going. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
Yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
This pass is complete. C.D. Lamb, his first catch of the game, and he picks up 10.
His head sets him up for 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
3rd and 4. Dak looking to throw, and the pass is hauled in. And Zaire Wilson down to the 2.
As they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that.
1st and goal from the 2. Dak. Touchdown, C.D. Lamb. Little rub slant route there. That turnover directly leads to 7 Dallas Cowboy points. 7-0.
Extra point by Ryan up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away.
We'll just let that one land in the end zone. Start off this drive at the 25.
So we will start here at the 25. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be.
Here's Tolliver trying to bounce it to the outside, but only picks up a yard.
All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
2nd and 9.
Second down throw from Levis.
And there's Rayshawn Nash. Picks up 6. So he's 14 yards away from reaching 1,000 yards on the year. Needs 10 more catches to reach 100. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
Stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards.
I don't think I love this play call, but I can't audible into something else.
Off the play fake, Levis.
And this pass is going to be complete. That's John Harris. And he's brought down just shy of midfield for a gain of 17.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in
Flip
this
the
game.
play here.
But plays like this are critical to keep drives.
Another give to Tolliver. And he only picks up 2.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I'm going to take Tolliver out of the game just for a little bit. Trying to keep him a little bit fresh. Chris Rodriguez actually had a really good game. Was it last game or 2 games ago?
This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Second down, here's Levis.
And that's going to be a fumble. And Levi Jenkins, our starting left guard, is hurt on the play. That wasn't an incomplete pass.
Some attention.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin ran a horrible route here. He's supposed to run a drag across the formation. Instead, he runs 10 yards down the field. Yep, that's a fumble. So now it's 3rd and 14.
They can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here. And we'll
I know this is crazy, but I'm going to call a screen here.
they face a third down.
If we can make it 4th and short, we're going to go for it. And if it completely fails, whatever, we were going to punt anyways.
Levis to throw it.
Tolliver has it. Makes a man miss. And now it's going to be 4th and 7, and now Sam Cosme's injured on the play.
Stopped at the 48.
So, great. 2 of our offensive linemen are injured. And on 4th and 7, yeah, we got to punt this one away.
Not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The only punt
Punt that one away.
this week as he gets
And it's out of bounds at the 21. Not a good punt.
set to take the field. As we grind toward
So,
the
turnover, a strip sack.
end of the season that they had
Yeah, you're coming back in the game, buddy.
GM, where might they look to make
And
some
a
changes?
bad punt.
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league. And big people...
And a little swing pass here to Pollard, and he's brought down for a loss.
Yardage here. He was unable to shake
Leslie Terry comes up and makes the tackle.
of a yard. Well, looked like the
Bruised
defense
ribs.
were ready for that one.
really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
Yeah, you guys stay in the game. Who's the backup? Did that just say Kenneth Murray is the backup right tackle? Did I read that correctly? Oh, Chris Murray. I think we signed him to our practice squad not too long ago. I'm going to put Walter Callahan in. He played a few games when Sam Cosme got hurt earlier in the year.
For a loss.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
2nd and 11, and I think they're going to move back 5 yards,
And we'll hear from our
and they will.
referee for the first time.
2nd and 16.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them.
Second and 16. Dak looking. He's going to check this one down to Miller, and he has a lot of room after the catch. And he picks up 9, and he'll bring up 3rd and 7.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
And coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after
3rd and
the catch?
7.
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit.
And a user pass break up there by Kenneth Murray. And we do force a 3 and out, so finally something good happens in this game. And they're going to punt this one away for the second time. Connor Highsmith didn't return his first kick. Might have an opportunity to return this one, and it looks like he will from about the 22-23 yard line. And he makes it out to the 35.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Gonna give Chris Rodriguez a carry here.
Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard
There's
line.
Chris Rodriguez. His first carry goes nowhere. Leighton Vander Esch makes the tackle. Levi Jenkins, our left guard, he's playing injured. Needs to get second level a little faster. Yeah, we gotta put Tolliver back in, I think.
Defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL, and stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do.
There's Terry McLaurin. His first catch of the game goes for 7. So he's 17 yards away from 1,000 yards.
To the 3rd and 3.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short game.
3rd and 3.
3rd and short. It's Levis.
And Rayshawn Nash runs into Connor Highsmith, and it throws off the timing, and it's incomplete. No, I don't want to go to my fucking depth chart. Yeah, watch Rayshawn Nash here. I'm throwing the ball right now because I can see that he's going to break open. But because he ran into his own fucking guy, the pass just goes to no man's land. Blake Gillikin to punt away again. And the kick's away. Let's see where this one goes out of bounds. A little bit of a better punt that time. Out of bounds at the 15.
Not too bad. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Prescott.
Dak with a quick pass, and that's incomplete. Looking for Miller, his tight end. 2nd and 10.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's
Keep up the good work. Hey, thanks, man, for tuning in. 2nd and 10 here. This is going to be a play fake. Dak is looking, and he's going to throw this one out of bounds. 3rd down. Good Red Sox win. Yeah, I enjoyed that win. I think that was a good fundamental win by the Red Sox. They needed it. Have a good night. Yeah, thanks, man. You too. Thanks for tuning in, as always. So it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Prescott. Escaping the
And Dak decides to take off, and he slides down after a gain of just a yard. So our defense with back-to-back good stops here. Our defense actually played pretty well, albeit in a small sample size. Cowboys scored their only touchdown off a very short field. Connor Highsmith will return another punt. This one from the 32. Can't get very far, though.
48. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
1st and 10. Here's Tolliver. He has a big hole. Picks up 9.
Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm not really in a position to take a shot downfield, even though it's 2nd and short. I'm going to just put Roschon Johnson and call like a halfback dive. Or we'll do a zone run here. Just pick up the yard. Here's Johnson. Out past midfield, picks up 4 yards, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end. We need to clean a lot up. We're going to just let the quarter come to a close here.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
You go ahead and put Tolliver back in.
With a 1st and 10.
There's Tolliver again. Picks up 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7.
Gonna do back-to-back runs here. Only pick up a yard that time. Not even. 3rd and 7.
No gain on the play that's going to bring out the 3rd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open
3rd and
space.
7.
There's absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Levis on 3rd down.
And Micah Parsons wrecks our shit. Yep, no one blocked him. Great job. Okay, well, we have Sam Cosme on the bench right now because he's banged up, but he's able to come back in. We're going to have to punt once again. The kick's away. And that kick goes through the back of the end zone for the touchback. Not a good punt. He's hoping the backspin would kick it back. Cowboys start this drive off at the 20.
Move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalposts, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that
And this is a quick pass. It's complete to Tony Pollard, and Tony Pollard is off to the races. Tony Pollard, 80 yards for the touchdown. Who was in man on him? Was it Cameron Curl on man against him? Yep, I think it was. They just throw that wheel and Cameron Curl's not fast enough to catch up to him.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to.
And we're down 14-0. 10 minutes to go in the second.
Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
There's Tolliver again. Jonathan Tolliver, he has a big play of his own, and he's off to the races. Inside the 30, the 20, the 10. Can he get there? Yes, he will. Touchdown. That's how you respond, and Tolliver crosses 2,000 total yards for the year.
His 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here.
Not all those are rushing yards, of course, but that's how you respond.
Any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient.
Joey Sly for the PAT splits the uprights, and it's still a 7-point game.
That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big time play, big time result.
And Wilson's going to return this one from about the 1. And he gets it out to 25, works as a touchback. Our defense has actually played pretty well. You know, 1 touchdown came off of a busted coverage. The other one was a short field.
Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do.
Dak rolling to his left, and wide open is C.D. Lamb. Who came off their coverage? Emmanuel Forbes started running towards Dak instead of staying with his man.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game,
And it results in a big gain.
open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it.
This pass over the middle is caught by Pollard out of the backfield. He picks up 6.
37-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that. before
Give
the
to
game
Pollard, but
begins.
he's brought down for a loss by Jonathan Allen, and that will bring up 3rd and 5.
Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
Nice pass over the middle is complete. C.D. Lamb all the way down to the 23.
As the tackle's made, Washington's 23. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense...
And this pass is complete. That's Michael Gallup. Picks up 4.
That's about all as he's taken down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what...
2nd and 6. Dak looking on the corner route. Complete. C.D. Lamb touchdown.
3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
Dak has 3 touchdown passes in the first half. C.D. Lamb's on the receiving end of 2 of those, and it's a 2-score game once again.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets.
21-7.
I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point by Ryland up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Connor Highsmith is going to have to return this one from about the 2. And a pretty good return here to the 33.
Across the 30, up to the 33.
Jonathan Tolliver
Again is the
broke 2,000 offensive yards with his last
a
run.
little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
7 for 97 on the ground.
And I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score.
And he's going to get another carry, and he's up over 100 yards on the ground. 8 for 105.
And that's the way you win the
Doesn't really mean much if we're down by 2 scores, though.
to start scoring, quote unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
Not really loving any of these play calls.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
2nd and 2.
Levis back to throw.
And that pass is held on to by Mitch Crawford to the 50.
This one to midfield.
Ran kind of a shitty route that time, but the result still worked.
Good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And Tolliver is brought down for a loss.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way.
2nd and 13. We're going to take him out of the game. Chris Rodriguez in.
This time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Levis out of the shotgun now.
And that pass is complete. Rashawn Nash, he has a first down and more, out of bounds at the 33. And that should bring him over 1,000 yards for the season.
18 yards there on the catch and run.
He needed 20 on the game for the game to reach 1,000. He had 19 alone on that catch and run.
They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do.
Yep, so he is up over 1,000 yards in just his second season in the league.
Cowboy territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
And this pass is held on to by Mitch Crawford. Ran another shitty route, but he holds on. 2nd and 4.
And that'll bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
You look for McLaurin here.
Levis now on second down.
McLaurin has it, has the first down, turns upfield to the 15.
And he's going to have another first down here. As the
I think he needed 24 yards. He's 5 yards short of a 1,000-yard season.
pick up 12 on the play there. And
I put Tolliver back in. And again, I'm not necessarily looking to break these, season milestones, but
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here. And they get good.
here's Tolliver again. Kind of ran into the defender that time, but we pick up 3.
Big part of the middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
here's 2nd and 7. Levis.
And that pass is incomplete. Looking for Rashawn Nash, but he was pretty well covered. 3rd and 7.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit.
Gonna try a screen here,
Any attempt.
which seems unorthodox, but it's been working.
Levis sets up the throw here.
Here's Jonathan Tolliver. Jonathan Tolliver puts the shoulder down and is brought down at the 2-yard line.
Try to finish off this drive with
He picks up 15, or no, 10 on that catch and run. I think we're gonna let this run to the 2-minute warning.
But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We do receive the second half kickoff.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
You flip the play here. I want to run away from Micah Parsons.
They'll try to run this
And Tolliver gets us halfway there.
halfway there, down to the
2nd and a yard.
only a yard on the
I'm going to go ahead and put Roshan Johnson in. Kind of our power back.
2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Probably should have put the clock on chew clock. And try to bleed it down a little bit. Here's Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it
So we
in.
make it a 1-score game.
That one went right. You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now.
And Joey Sly makes it a 7-point game. 11 play, 67-yard drive,
Extra point by
spanning over 5 minutes.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taking
And
out the goal line.
Wilson's going to return this one. He had a crease there, but still got a very good return out to the 30.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field.
Cowboys have plenty of time to score here, though.
Drive touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers play, but running really solid routes, too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different.
And that's a quick pass, but it's popped up in the air, but will fall harmlessly to the ground. Incomplete. Quan Martin breaks that one up.
Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Now it's
2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott.
Dak looking to throw left side, and wide open is Miller. He beats Cameron Curl on the route again. And he was not tackled out of bounds. So the Cowboys take their first time out just past midfield.
What happens when you get man coverage on a tight end? This is a nice route. He's just going to run a corner to the left side and find some open space. That's asking a lot to make a linebacker run with him. And this ball's on the money as they pick up a first down.
And a quick pass to the left side. It's hauled in by CeeDee Lamb. Perfect pass from Dak. Great adjustment by Lamb. We can't stop this Cowboys offense right now.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going
This
to...
pass is hauled in by Gallup in traffic. He picks up 6.
The defender does.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down.
That pass is complete to Wilson. He picks up the first with 12 seconds to go here.
14 before he's out of bounds. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Looks like the Cowboys are at least going to get some points out of this drive.
Red zone now. Prescott.
And this pass over the middle is complete. Wilson again.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance
Now it's going to be 2nd and 3.
Another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3, 7 seconds to go.
And again, it's Prescott.
This pass over the middle is going to be out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. And I think they're going to bring out the field goal unit here, and they will.
But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Oh, chip shot field goal, and it is good, and it's a 10-point game.
It's way out to 10, 24-14. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock.
Connor Highsmith's going to have to return this one from the 2.
Field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
He gets to 27, not that it matters. That's how the first half comes to an end, 24-14.
As we send you on over
We can't afford to make mistakes against this team.
at our EA Sports half. Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime.
What do I want to do on offense? I want to keep blitz counter on, and I think we have to defend the deep pass. They burned us on too many, 20-plus yard passes. 14-24. Need points on this drive. Ideally a touchdown, but Connor Highsmith going to return this one from the 2, and terrible special teams blocking, and we're going to start this drive at the 17.
He's dropped at the 17. The Washington offense ready to go.
Let me make sure I have star running back in there.
Third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an
There's Tolliver. Tolliver with a decent-sized hole. Gets it down to the 29 on a gain of 12.
To give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, trying to slow things down a little bit.
Back-to-back carries for Jonathan Tolliver, and he finds the hole again. This time he picks up 9.
gain of 9 before being brought down. Second.
Gonna take him out. Don't want to run him into the ground.
been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball.
Although he stayed in the game. 2nd and 1.
Now Levis.
And Rayshawn Nash able to hold on. We ran a lot of shitty routes. He ran to the outside for some reason. It worked. Doesn't mean it was executed well, though. 1st and 10 from the 46. Here's Chris Rodriguez. He's got bounces to the outside. Chris Rodriguez has a huge hole. Makes a man miss, and he's out of bounds at the 35. Gain of 19.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Rodriguez again. Gets clothesline this time. Only picks up a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked.
Putting Tolliver back in.
A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Gonna try a screen here.
33, 2nd and 9. Here's Levis.
Tolliver has it. Picks up 5. 3rd and 4.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Levis looking to throw.
And this pass is incomplete. Chase Claypool couldn't hold on. And on 4th and 4, we're going to settle for the field goal here.
He understands his coverage, realizes he has support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone.
Joey Sly from 45 yards out drills it, and it's a 1-score game.
This is back down to a 7-point game.
So our defense has had some good drives in the game, but lately they have not. The Cowboys' offense has been driving down the field
Now your offense feels pretty good about it.
against us their last couple drives.
Speed coming out of the break. He's earned
Joey Sly kicks this one away. Joey Sly usually comfortably kicks out of the back of the end zone. I completely whiff on that tackle with Troy Anderson. But the Cowboys start off this drive at the 23.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you?
This pass is incomplete. Broken up by Cameron Curl, 2nd down.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
2nd and 10 here.
On second
And this is going to be a give to Pollard. Dancing a little bit. Picks up 5.
about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
3rd and 5.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin.
3rd and 5.
Now Prescott.
And that pass is going to be incomplete. He had him, but the pass was inaccurate, and we're going to force a 3 and out here.
There defensively, they went into this possession knowing.
So it's certainly not over yet. Connor Highsmith back to return.
And they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the
And this
football
kick
right
is going to be fielded right at the 25.
pretty good about themselves
And we only get up to the 30.
to get some points.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following.
There's Rayshawn Nash's numbers for the year. He's, of course, over 1,000 yards for the year.
1st and 10. Out there,
Ground game's been working, per usual.
the Washington
So we're going to stick with that for the most part.
last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted
Tolliver only able to pick up a yard that time.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A Second down throw from Levis.
And here's Connor Highsmith as a receiver this time, and he ends up picking up the first down to the 40.
Catch and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to
It's
perfection.
Tolliver, big hole. Jonathan Tolliver out past midfield to the 46. Already at 142 yards on the ground. So he continues to have an all-pro caliber season.
This one is he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
First and 10 again. Tolliver only picks up 5 this time. What a bum.
At the 41. Give him.
Gonna take him out for a couple plays.
There, and it'll be second down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep
It's Chris Rodriguez.
And he's got this.
It's gonna be 3rd and inches.
First down at the Cowboys 36.
Roshan Johnson's gonna come in.
John defensively thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive
There's
side.
Johnson. Only needed a few inches and picks up a lot more than that.
Marker was, and making sure they didn't
All the way down to the 27. That's good for 9 yards.
As a result, the drive continues.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Play fake.
Levis.
And Levis completely misses a wide open John Harris.
Looks like they stalled some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed.
All right, I'm putting Tolliver back in.
If this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10.
Really don't want to have to settle for a field goal here. Doesn't really do anything for us. Here's another give to Tolliver.
And he's got
Picks up
this
8.
thing close to a first down at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on
3rd and 2. We try a trap play. Tolliver can't get it. He picks up a yard. It's going to be 4th and 1. We have to go for this.
It's 4th and 1.
We're doing the tush push, or our version of it.
They need it. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1.
4th and a yard. They are in goal line formation. See if Carter pick it up. He picks it up and then some. All the way down to the 7.
They get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
So 1st and goal from the 7 here. Tolliver bounces it to the outside. Jonathan Tolliver finds the end zone. Touchdown. His 2nd of the game.
Touchdown. A great play there.
He's having another masterclass of a game, and we're an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Away from drawing level.
And we are knotted up at 24. An 11-play, 71-yard drive, spanning just under 5.5. And we got a brand new ball game here.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score.
Joey Sly that time boots this one towards the back of the end zone. And the Cowboys will take the touchback and start off their drive at the 25.
Cowboys. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. So Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with
This is a give to Pollard.
and he gets 4
And Jonathan Allen brings him down after a gain of 2.
down.
2nd and 8.
Just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
This pass is going to be complete to C.D. Lamb. We had Leslie Terry lined up against him for some reason.
Across the 40-yard line. They went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed.
First and 10.
Body control.
Nice pass, complete. C.D. Lamb again, out past midfield to the 42.
And just shy of the 40. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these
Dak
guys have been taking advantage. So
finds a wide open Miller. There is a flag on the play,
Plus, there's a penalty.
and there's going to be a roughing the passer call.
They get 15 more on top of this.
That's going to be on Jonathan Allen, who we were using.
Well, Charles.
I mean, he rolled over. How am I supposed to control that? Stupid fucking call. So now they're in field goal range.
Quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a
First and 10. Cowboys with an empty backfield. Dak looking. And the pass is complete. C.D. Lamb finds the end zone again. Are you fucking kidding me? So the Cowboys retake the lead.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
C.D. Lamb has 3 receiving touchdowns. Emmanuel Forbes has been getting cooked this game.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away.
Connor Highsmith going to have to return this one from the 2. And once again, piss poor blocking. We only get out to the 19.
Down at the 19. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember the
And
offense.
Tolliver only picks up 3, and that's how the third quarter will come to an end.
Frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 22 now, here's second down at 7. Back to throw, it's Levis.
And Rayshawn Nash with the catch
It's Nash.
to the 40.
Down he goes, but he takes it
Good for
out to the
18.
40. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
Gonna try a little tap pass here.
Motion man right.
Here's McLaurin.
Get it here on the touch pass.
And he loses a yard. I got stuck on Tolliver there.
Setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Levis from the gun.
And Terry McLaurin has it again. He has a first down and some change out past midfield. That should get him over the 1,000-yard threshold.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Gonna put Mitch Crawford in motion here.
In motion right here.
Here's a give to Tolliver, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage by Leighton Vander Esch. Gonna take him out for a couple plays.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number 11. this afternoon, you wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason.
Here's Chase Claypool. His first catch goes for 7. It'll be 3rd and 3.
So make sure you get in shape.
Putting Tolliver back in.
Give him 8 that time. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Third and 3. Tolliver. Can't get it. 4th and 2.
2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, if you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position. Because
You know what we're doing.
might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space. Maybe too far for your field goal kicker.
4th and 2. Pick it up.
Possession is not
He got it.
Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Surprised at all that they went with a fullback there?
Not at all, because it harkened back to the
1st and 10 from the 35.
almost in black and white, right?
Tolliver again. Only picks up 3.
Drive, give
2nd and 7.
and even if the blocking is
Let's put Rodriguez back in.
he has the ability to scatter bodies and move people enough to pick up first downs. That's what we just saw right there.
2nd and 7. So after some
Play action.
throw with Levis.
No, and that pass is picked. Horrible fucking pass from Levis once again.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is
Ugh.
just shy of midfield.
Will Levis is fucking ass, man.
Best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those five.
Fucking awful, man. I'm looking at John Harris here. He just keeps bumping into defenders, not running his route. He's covered. Now I'm hoping for a 50-50 ball with Terry McLaurin at this point, and of course, Will Levis throws it where only Trayvon Diggs can get it.
There, you want
And now they're at
extra speed on
midfield.
the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Awful.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain.
And that pass over the middle is complete. That's Wilson. We haven't sacked Dak at all today.
With 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. To throw is Prescott.
Dak under pressure, throws off his back foot, and wide open is Miller, and Miller is going to go down all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Our secondary is getting cooked.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by Ryland, up and go. And the lead now up to 14. Clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Connor Highsmith's going to have to return this one.
Right at the goal line.
Only gets out to the 21.
The 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Commanders' offense set to take over. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs. Really
And Will Levis completely misses again.
rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Back to the air on second down. Levis.
Here's John Harris. Picks up 9.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
3rd and a yard. They try a draw play, and it doesn't work.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done.
If we want any chance of winning, we need to convert this 4th down.
They envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him. Bring it up 4th down.
4th and 4.
Go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation.
And that's swatted away.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Washington goes for it, but it does.
Yep, that's your ball game. That's your season.
They'll take over in terrific field position.
Unless something miraculous happens, which it won't.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Oh, yippee, an incomplete pass.
In the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his
Think he got
rhythm is just
confused?
off?
I
He's
don't
got
know.
thrown
And there's a pass. Wide open is Miller.
sunshine to go play.
Down to the 6.
Taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't know, man.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Incomplete pass. I don't know how the Cowboys were 8-8 coming into this game. They are dominating us.
There, but a little too much air on the throw for them to connect in the end zone.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Here's Pollard. Pollard, touchdown. Gets fucking helicoptered a la John Elway.
Tony Pollard with his 13th
Well, at least that looks cool.
second of the game. And the Cowboys look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. Lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I've seen enough of Will Levis for this season. Yeah, Geno Smith, why don't you come in?
Their way out on offense. Let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move,
Yippee, we picked up 6 yards.
in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher.
Oliver can't hold on.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but
Let's put Nathan Hall in. Get him some reps.
this point down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire
There's Hall.
game using a variety
Puts the shoulder down. Can't get the first. It's 4th and inches. Obviously, we're going for it.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Smith.
Rayshawn Nash picks up the first.
And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington 1st down and an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
And a nice catch there by John Harris. He's out of bounds.
Shy of the 40. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing now is Gino. Oh, he's going to let this go.
And that's going to be picked, isn't it? Oh, it's somehow caught by Terry McLaurin on the deflection. All right. Yippee.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards.
Okay.
By a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
Yeah, we got onside this. I have no idea how to onside.
If they can somehow get this one back.
Nice kick.
They got it. They recovered it.
Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I disagree.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched the
I disagree.
too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for
Read option.
so many variables?
And Dak picks up a first down. Break his neck.
Opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. Coming up to the line.
Well, it was a fun season.
Here before the 2-minute warning.
I got one more in me.
They'll go with
Here's Pollard.
first down.
Whoop-de-doo, it's 2nd and 10.
Continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape.
Here's
with a
Pollard.
win. They get him to the
Picks up
ground
5.
on the cusp of the red
We'll take a
zone.
timeout.
Pick up a 5 or 6. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Pollard again.
Pollard again. Brought down by Cliff Greenfield. We'll take another timeout. Whatever. Just don't want to accept our fate.
The Commander's going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As
Maybe we can block this?
and talk over what to do next.
And it's a 3-score game.
That will extend their lead even further. So with that, we figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace.
Here's McLaurin again. First down. Whoop-de-doo, out of bounds.
Because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored
Just shy of 100 yards.
plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked.
Let's get him over 100 yards. Fuck it, we lost anyways.
They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Gino on first down.
Nice throw, dickhead.
Slings one that's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Gino.
Here's Mitch Crawford. He has a first down and some change.
Crawford. And he'll take this to the other side of
Just padding our stats at this point.
And now they're in the hurry up.
Play action again.
Smith.
And another terrible pass from Geno Smith.
Incomplete there.
2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
Nathan Hall. Can't even get the screen off.
Second down, and this one incomplete as well.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Shot deep down the field, looking for John Harrison. What a catch! We are garbage time kings. Why can't my players do that when the game's actually competitive?
Slide for the PAT.
Well, it's a 10-point game.
A drive that time of 6 plays, and the result, a touchdown for
All right,
So 2 scores down.
we're gonna try for a bit of a better
But here comes the
onside here.
And the Cowboys are able to
Well,
recover. They knew they needed
worth a shot.
They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to
Well,
the
that's going to be your ball game and your season. 48-38, your final here from Jerry World. Look, we made too many mistakes on offense. 2 interceptions. That ultimately led to... How many points did that lead to? It definitely led to 7 on the first interception. I think it led to 14 points, and obviously we end up losing by 10, so you do the math. Defense, we had... Really, they're going to run a play. Fuck you, I'm calling a timeout.
Washington gonna go ahead
And just take your knee.
Final timeout. As the clock will stop with
My hands aren't even on the controller at this point. Our defense, we stopped the Cowboys. We forced a 3 and out probably like 3, 4, maybe even 5 times this game. Unfortunately, every other time we didn't force a 3 and out. They ended up driving straight down the field and scoring a touchdown. And they had a couple short fields. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's your game and your season. We're going to finish 9-8. Disappointing season, but we had a lot of injuries. I'm going to play one more season of Commanders franchise. And then I'm going to move on. I'm going to get the newest Madden. They, of course, just announced that Saquon Barkley is going to be the cover athlete.
What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this
Oops, I don't want to view highlights.
performance that they're going to cherish.
I mean, do I even want to look at our stats? Will Levis sucks. Thank God I won't have to worry about him again. I mean, Jonathan Tolliver, 23 for 171, 2 touchdowns. Whoop-de-doo. Terry McLaurin, 6 for 90. Rayshawn Nash, 6 for 86. Defense, you guys all sucked. No sacks, no turnovers. Dak Prescott had 5 touchdowns against us. So yeah, we're going to finish 9-8 and miss the playoffs. Alright, we do have a bunch of upgrades. Chase Young. I'm going to upgrade his power rusher ability, actually. It's not going to It's not going to boost up his overall. Cameron Curl. I want him to improve in man coverage, so we'll do hybrid. It does bump him up to a 90 overall. Jonathan Tolliver, our man. I'm going to upgrade power back. Not going to improve his overall, but would like to see him get a little better at fighting through yards with power. Connor Highsmith. We're pretty much always going to do playmaker for him. He's pretty much our kick returner. Brett Pittman, our rookie center. Let's do pass protector. Won't bump up his overall, but... Tyler Wise. Let's do power rusher. Alright, talking about our rivalry rematch. Yeah, I don't know how that Cowboys team is 8-8. I mean, Dak's a superstar X Factor in this universe. CeeDee Lamb's a superstar X Factor. They have a superstar X Factor tight end. Obviously, they have Micah Parsons, and then Trayvon Diggs is still a superstar X Factor in this universe. So they have 5 superstar X Factors. I mean, we have 3, and it feels like we're OP at times. The 3 being, of course, Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Allen, and Chase Young. So, yeah, we're not making the playoffs. We actually finished last in our division. The Cowboys actually don't make the playoffs, which is funny, but the Eagles and the Giants do, as the Giants ended up winning the division. The Eagles will get in as a wild card, but yeah, this is the conclusion of our 4th season of Commanders franchise. We have 2 seasons where we finished 9-8 and missed the playoffs. We've, of course, made it to the Super Bowl twice, winning 1, losing 1. So, yeah, Commanders franchise is going to have 1 more season. Yep, this next year will be the last. We'll do 5 years of it. Hopefully we can get another Super Bowl. So my next Commanders franchise stream, it'll probably be next week. It's probably going to be on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads, by the way. But yeah, my next Commanders franchise stream is going to be the off-season live stream. Of course, we'll do the draft. We'll sign free agents, and we'll go through, you know, any guys we want to re-sign or let walk. But yeah, disappointing end to the season, but thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you guys next time.